I'm so glad that he let me try it again. 'Cause the last time around I lived the whole world of sin. I'm so glad that I know more than I know then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach a higher ground. Ow! Oh! Can't nobody bring me down. Oh, no, till I reach a higher ground. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome y'all to the Mental House. I am your host. Y'all already know, Khadijah. All right, family, it's really time to connect. And since, we talk about, our fears and stuff and putting stuff right out here on the table in the mental health, our successes as well as our failures, our problems as well as our successes. Um, I just really, really feel like it's time for me to get past the fear of this live stream. I happen to have been looking at it for the whole week, and since you can't rely on people, I had planned on doing a live stream maybe a month ago, but um, I guess I just didn't have the confidence to go in there and look and see what it really is going to transpire in terms of me manipulating any of the visuals. So I think the best way to do something to overcome a fear is to do it anyway. And I so want to connect with you all that's out there in the mental health. You send me your letters, you share um, some of your stories with me. And I think it's important that if you got anything that you want to come clean with or anything that you just want to dump here in the mental house, it's important for us to connect at this point. I mean, there's over 1,500 of you guys. I don't know if it's 15. At least I know it's at least over 1,000 of you guys in the mental house. And I remember when it was just me. So um, I know that there's somebody out there that has benefited or at least like to hear me go crazy, because I already know I'm crazy. I don't need nobody to tell me. Living here in America as an African, no, as a descendant of a slave, I have done the best I can with what I have been given. So there's a lot of times um, that the best of me does not show up. There's a lot of times, but I try to put my best foot forward. So one of the things that I've learned is, and this is through experience and I guess through my time in show business, was you really have no time to feel fear and still not do the issue or the contractual obligation. So I am um, connected to all of you emotionally and because of our experiences. So it would be a travesty if I don't connect. And I'm just so willing when wanting to that I can't just allow the fear to stop me from connecting with you guys and having you connect with me. So I'm looking to do that this weekend. Hopefully it'll be Saturday nights. So I'm putting myself out there, and I'm on Central Time. So if any of you guys are out there on Saturday evening, I got to make sure that it's not a game on, and especially the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I'm hoping Saturday is not a game night. I'm just trying to be real with you. And if it is, then maybe we'll do it Friday. Okay? So all I'm saying is looking forward to, if you got me on notification um, by the weekend, which Sunday starts a new week, and I'm saying by the end of the week, we should be able to connect with one another. Because I know a lot of you guys got things to do too. So we'll make it happen though. All right? Okay. Now, secondly, the thing I wanted to talk about is I realize that hurt people hurt. But there's still a thing called accountability. There's a thing called reciprocity. And that does not mean revenge, but you have to pay for what you've done. Okay? So there's a story that speaks to the heart of what we talk about all the time in here. Hurt people hurt. People who have been raised by abusive people, don't know any other way to be parents. I think there should be some kind of, rites of passage that we have to get back to as people in order to break this cycle of madness. And especially in the black community, we've got to get back to some kind of protocol where us elders have to come out and sometimes hurt some feelings, because there's a new wave of thinking that says you don't hurt any feelings. You be afraid to say things that matter. Well, I just want to say it to you and still be loved by you. Because I love you is why I'm saying it. If I didn't love you, I would just tell you lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. And that's when I realized. And that's when you'll realize you're not being authentic. If you are just telling a person lies after lies, and when you know what the problem is. I'm not saying who created or any of those things, but you have to be able to tell the person, stand in the truth, and tell the person what's going on now, that's your problem. That's what it seems. That's what it appears to be. So I got some people here, two women who were charged in a Facebook beating. And these women are just sad. They're a sad description of what a mother should be. They're a sad commentary of what any sane and rational woman would do. But I know that there's a lot of women who have done this. Okay? There are a lot of women who have not been exposed to any other discipline other than getting the hell beat out of you. I already know. I know it. And I have been a victim of it. And I have been a perpetrator of it. Unfortunately. And sadly to say. Not this kind of stuff. But I have been a victim of whatever I was taught. Just get that straight, because I don't want to put y'all up on some kind of, let you think that I'm talking about stuff that I haven't experienced or been through. And I know that you can overcome anything if you try, if you want to. Let's talk about these two women and what their experience was. These two Milwaukee women have been charged in connection with the horrific beating of 10-year-old boy. Of course, they got daddy issues and probably boyfriend issues. That was video recorded and posted on Facebook. Ashley L. McKinley Williams, 26, and Ebony Linnell McKinney Williams, 31. The first one was 26, I hope I said. Are the aunts of the boy seen screaming and writhing in pain as he is being beaten with a loop belt by his mother, Jaleesa McKinney Williams, and she's 28. Jaleesa McKinney was charged May 7th with felony child abuse and obstructing an officer. Ashley McKinney is charged with felony child abuse, party to a crime, and obstructing an officer. Ebony Ebony Linnell McKinley is charged with obstructing an officer. In the video, The boy is naked from the waist down, screaming and pleading for mercy as his mother repeatedly strikes him with such force that he falls to the floor as she berates him with obscenities, vulgarities, and invective. Now, this is very horrible. This is horrible and abusive. And like I said, everybody experiences abuse in a different capacity. Now, my abuse may not have been this detrimental, and the abuse that I perpetrated may not have been that abuse. In fact, it wasn't. I'm not gonna say may have. It wasn't, and neither was the abuse that I was ever subjected to. But that does not mean that this does not happen. And then whatever I was subjected to, these beatings were not abuse. They did not. The goal was not to teach, it was to humiliate. And that's what I really want to get past without all this other physical stuff. This is humiliation. You can't humiliate people. And if your goal is to teach them something, whatever the behavior was that they did wrong, if your goal is to teach them, then that's what you have to do. You have to make sure that there's some corporal involved with the teaching. There's some, if you believe in corporal punishment, if it's a situation that, because I believe in corporal punishment, okay? I don't believe in beating the hell out of anybody to a degree where this is part of what's going on. She is accused, this is the mother, of striking the boy about 40 times while sitting on his back with her leg over his head during the 1-minute 48-second video. Ashley McKinney Williams is accused of recording the incident and lying to police about her involvement and knowledge and whereabouts of her sister as the police search for her. Ebony Linnell McKinney is accused of lying to police when she denied being present during the beating and of attempting to hide the boy and his 3 siblings in her residence as the police searched for them. A medical examination of the boy revealed numerous healed, looped, and linear injuries and 40 similar injuries to his 11-year-old sibling. Jaleesa McKinney pleaded not guilty and is free on a $1,000 signature bond. A $1,000 signature bond was set for Ashley, who requested a hearing to contest a court order preventing her from having contact with her children and her co-defendants, according to police records. Okay. Now, y'all got to realize and remember this. The only people that were meant to beat like this was the slave master. That's number one. So that's where it came from. That's where you learned it. To be beating somebody like this. That's where it came from. Whether you white or black, I don't really care. But I'm specifically talking to black people. That's where it was all learned. All this beating and whipping and all this other kind of crazy stuff like that, okay? Now, once again, you got past whatever discipline teaching that you're supposed to be given and you want this child to learn and receive, do you think he can learn it in this type of environment when you're doing that to him? In your mind, you think that if you hurt him or if you whip him hard enough, he's not going to do it again. I contend that if you whip him hard enough, he's going to be angry, going to resent you. And the lesson that you want to be learned and that you're trying to teach is going to be simply lost. You're going to grow up an angry black man who is going to vent that anger on his girlfriend, or like the story I gave earlier about the young man that walked up to a woman who gave him her keys and he shot her anyway because he has no respect for women, he has no respect for life. And if that's what you want to raise, then this is the kind of behavior that you will exemplify. And until you realize that you are sick, and I don't care who did this to you, if anybody beat you like that, like a slave, they were wrong. And it did more to make you angry. Think about it. Think about it. You probably did whatever they beat you for again. You probably did it again. You got a little bigger, a little older, because you are now resentful. You know, a lot of times you smart, and if your corporal punishment and your discipline has correction in it and not humiliation, then that's how the lesson is learned. Okay, so in my humble opinion, you know, so there's a lot of y'all living just like that. A lot of y'all think that's okay to beat somebody just like that. But I'm here to tell you that it's not. It's not okay. It's not at all. So I don't know what's going to happen in this story. All I know is the 3 women that are involved with this, and to have the nerve to post it on Facebook is insane. And the police don't have to go looking for a lot of you, because a lot of y'all just bring the police right to you with your fascination with being famous, fascination with getting likes, fascination with being the center of attention or whatever, that you would do something so sick and then post it on Facebook. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It really doesn't. But keep doing it, because at least we'll know where you at. All right? Okay, y'all. If you like what you hear, please like and subscribe. I'm going to go, and I'll be back a little later in the mental health. Bye-bye.